Right, it's William Jermaine. Welcome to my channel. So previously we already finished the IFRS point of view, and let's talk about US GAAP. US GAAP is a little bit difficult, a little bit different than the IFRS, but most of it is the same. But you have to know the difference. Okay, let's get to it. So I think it's can kind of serve as a review because US GAAP, the income balance sheet point of view is exactly the same, but income statement a little bit different. Okay, let me clarify. So for example, balance sheet point of view, we got asset beginning and add all this contribution from the employer, and we got the actual return of the investments are, and we got benefits paid. Okay, paid, I think. And then we got this asset at the end of year. Okay, asset point of view finished. What about the debt point of view? So PBO, beginning of the debt, plus the current service cost, plus interest cost, plus past service cost, okay, minus or add the actuarial gain or loss, and subtract the benefit paid. Benefit paid. Yeah, I think it's paid, not paid it. Is that so? Yeah, benefit paid. And then we got to see PBO at the end of the year. Okay, really simple. And if you look at this two, it's exactly the same. Let me show you this two. So compare the IFRS, asset, contribution, actual return, benefit paid, asset. Right? Look at the PBO, current service cost, interest cost, past service cost, actuarial gain or loss, minus and plus, because if it's a gain, it will reduce the debt. So flip it. And we got benefit paid, we got PBO. Okay? So let's look at tricky part, which is different part. That will be the income statement. Okay? Income statements, we got the current service cost. Cost minus sign. So my formula may be a little bit different than what you see say on the internet. Okay? Because I change it. I sort of flip the sign in order to not confuse you. Okay? Cost is the minus sign. Some gain, some return, it's a positive sign. Okay? So you might see some formula elsewhere that's got the cost of positive sign and the return negative sign. It's better for just calculating the say the total periodic pension cost, something like that. But I don't think that's a good idea. Okay? If you calculate something like a minus, it will be a cost. If you got a positive sign, it will be a gain. Okay, you don't need to worry about the positive or negative, or just the cost and then the positive. You will become really confused, especially if you're taking an exam in a very like pressured and limited time. You don't want to go through all this hassle. Just trust me this time. Okay. So current service cost. And we got the interest cost, okay, interest cost. And then we got the expected return. So expected return, okay. Here, this is a very interesting part in US GAAP because US stock market finance is very, very mature. So they can actually calculate and expect something, and that will be reflected in income statement. That's amazing. So you can actually expect the return of this year's investment, and you can just put it down here. So expected return will be a positive sign. All this like a current service cost, interest cost will be a negative sign. That negative affect the income statement. But expected return can positively affect the income statement. But here comes the interesting part. The actual return is here, right? The actual return and expected return do have some difference. So you have to consider that. Okay? So let's just keep that in mind. Let's continue. So this like directly record something like this, but we also got the amortization of past service costs. So the past service cost will not be just write it like right away. You can't do that. You have to amortize it. So amortized of the past service cost. Okay? But if you look at here, the past service cost is right here. But this just to show the amortization. So there must be some unamortized past service cost. So luckily, we got the other comprehensive income statement that can record the unamortized past service cost. So unamortized, we're going to go to the OCI. And if you look at here, we got past service cost, but we also got the actuarial gain or loss. Okay, actuarial. Okay, this is a really tongue twister here. So amortization of actuarial gain or loss. Okay, you also need to amortize it. So if you got something like this, you also need to consider the unamortized actuarial gain or loss. Okay, all this go to OCI, all this go directly to income statement. Okay, so if you think about this, and by the way, the US amortization of actuarial gain or loss will be considered the difference of actual return as well as expected return. Okay, and it also there's another story, but I just want to know that the difference included here. Okay, so that's first using the same method to look at whether the asset equals to debt and plus liability, asset equals to debt and plus equity holds. Okay, so let's just do this. Current service cost. If you got a cost, you got to reduce the equity because retained earning will be reduced. So this will go down. This go up because this will increase the debt. Is too soft. This interest cost reduce here. Look at here. This will increase debt, reduce equity, sorted. All right. And look at here. We got the actual. Okay, this might be a little bit difficult. So we got expected return. Okay, this is just some magic number that you expected, but it's not really happened. This is what really happened. So actual return. So if you look at here, actual return will increase the assets, but this will just increase a part of the equity. Okay, and it's not even the same number, so you have to calculate the difference. So how to consider the difference? That's here. We got the actuarial gain or loss, which will consider the difference of these two, right? And since it's amortization and unamortized, so this two plus the expected return will be equal to the actual return. Okay? So I'm going to connect this here, as well as this here. Okay? I know it's very difficult. Okay? So you have to just trust me on this one. Okay? So the actual return and expected returns difference will be inside here. Okay? But there is more. Let me just finish with everything else, and we are going to talk about amortization of actuarial gain or loss under the US GAAP. It's a little bit hard, I know, but just bear with me. Trust me. So look at here, past service cost. Okay? So the past service cost here will increase the debt. Past service cost reduce equity, but it's amortization. Okay? So this two and plus the unamortized will cancel out. Okay? Increase here, and this two decrease here because this amortization and amortized, add all that up, part of its cost will be covered, right? And if you look at here, the actuarial gain and loss here, this will be amortized and unamortized here, okay? So this will also be connected. Actuarial gain and loss, if it's a gain, let's just consider gain, you will reduce the debts. But if it's a gain, right? If this is a gain, you are going to just flip everything, okay? So if it's gain, it will be add. If it's a loss, it will be minus. So this will go the same way, okay? Add and minus. So completely cancel. Debts add, equity go down, debt go down, equity go up. Completely opposite, okay? And let's look at here. Benefit paid. Really simple, okay? Benefit paid will always be benefit paid. So asset, debts go down, same direction, okay? So it still holds these two together. And I think, yeah, contribution, as we mentioned, contribution here, cash go down, contribution go up, still holds, okay? So I believe that's pretty much it. So you can compare the IFRS and US GAAP. And in next video, we're going to talk about a little bit quirky parts of US GAAP because we got amortization of actuarial gain and loss, and this contain a little bit more, okay? And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, okay? Thanks, bye.